and it's good afternoon from Galway, Ireland. Good morning or good very early morning to some of you, certainly one of our panelists today, or good afternoon, depending on what part of the world you're in. This is the second day of our Unite meeting of patient organizations, patient advocates across the world. We're delighted to have over 400 delegates registered to participate in today's program from 55 countries. And we're equally delighted to have a stellar lineup of speakers, as indeed we had yesterday, where we heard some very interesting presentations on fundraising, perspectives on cardiovascular disease prevention, and hot topics in cardiovascular disease. And today we're going to have more of the how-to sessions, hot topics, and disease focus. I want to say a very special thank you to all my colleagues from Global Heart Hub who put this program together. Special thank you also to our sponsors, without whose support we would not be able to run this program. So a big shout out to Edwards, Novo Nordisk, Servier, and Roche. And yesterday we had a very active conversation across all channels using the hashtag GHHUnite. So I'd encourage you please to engage in that conversation throughout the day. And I am absolutely delighted to have as our moderator today, Tamsin Rose. Tamsin is no stranger to Global Heart Hub, and Tamsin, we're delighted to have you. I'm going to hand over to you now to take us through this afternoon's program.
Excellent, thank you very much. And I'm excited to be back again for your Unite Summit. Last year was a real pleasure to engage with the team. As you said, this afternoon we've got a packed agenda with some really excellent speakers. But before we do that, let me just go through a little bit of the housekeeping so we all understand how we can engage with each other. So I'm just going to share my screen for a second and you'll be able to see what it is we'd like to share with you. So the first thing we want to do is make sure that we're all using the platform appropriately. And here you can see what your screen will look like. The way to engage with us is to use the Q&A to ask a question. Please don't use the chat, that's for technical questions. The Q&A is where you put a question to the speaker, and we've designed the program in such a way that our speakers have all been primed to respond to the questions from you, the audience. So you get to shape our conversation. You can see the questions that other people have submitted, and if you like that question, you can put thumbs up and that pushes it up the list. So I see the questions that are most popular with the audience that you most want to see submitted to our panel. Secondly, we are, like yesterday and like last year, we're really interested in your just one thing. Here is where you would share with us a takeaway, an inspiration, a message that you heard, something that you're going to take away with you and use after today, something that perhaps you might tell a colleague or a friend about. I just heard this great thing. That's what we want to know. We'd like at the end to share some of this just one thing. So that's what you see on the left-hand side of your screen. That's what you'll be using to click on, and you can share it. Finally, we also, as we just heard, the social media is so important to connect people around the world in different time zones. And we would like you to use the hashtag for today, and that's GHHUnite. And that way we can track your conversation across LinkedIn, across Twitter, and other things. So that's how you engage with us.